The 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan was one of the most devastating natural disasters to occur in recent memory. The event started with an undersea earthquake that reached a magnitude of 9.1 on March 11, 2011. The earthquake only lasted about 6 minutes, but it was felt throughout the region, as evidenced by this footage at the Sendai airport. If you pay close attention, you'll notice at the beginning of the video, the runway is clear. However, it doesn't take long for that to change. With such a large earthquake occurring in the ocean, a tsunami was basically inevitable. However, nobody could have predicted what was truly about to transpire. A major tsunami struck the coastline facing the Pacific Ocean, with some waves reaching over 100 feet in height in some areas. The tsunami inundated about 217 square miles of Japan, resulting in thousands of lives lost and countless buildings destroyed. What is so truly mind-blowing and scary about this video is just how quickly the tsunami waves overtake the entire area surrounding the airport. In a matter of just minutes, what was once the runway looks no different from the ocean itself. In the end, everybody inside the airport was okay. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for thousands of others. Hopefully, this video serves as a reminder of the raw and unforgiving power of Mother Nature. This next video shows a strange phenomenon taking place inside of a tunnel in Colombia. The video starts with the camera person driving through the tunnel, and it's not long before they encounter something odd. Every couple of seconds, a thick cloud of fog pulses up from the ground and quickly disappears. If we take a step outside the tunnel, then we get an even better look at the phenomenon. For years, this phenomenon was a mystery to scientists, but as of late, there are some possible explanations. You see, fog normally forms when there's a difference between the air temperature and the dew point of less than 4.5 degrees Fahrenheit. At this point, water vapor condenses into small liquid water droplets that remain suspended in the air. To explain this video, it's possible that there is a slight pressure variation causing the dew point to somewhat fluctuate. There was likely a slight temperature gradient within the tunnel, causing the air at the top of it to be slightly warmer than the air at the bottom. However, this explanation only works if both ends of the tunnel remained open to the environment, which may not necessarily be the case. Regardless of the exact cause, one thing is certain. There is some sort of pressure variation which is causing the dew point to fluctuate. To this day, this phenomenon still occurs. Sinkholes are fairly common occurrences. They tend to happen on or near roadways and result in the land collapsing into a cavity present underneath the surface. While you may have seen a small sinkhole in the past, we're betting that you haven't seen anything like this before. Bayou Corn in Louisiana was a popular spot for locals to take their boats out for a ride. One day, John Boudreau managed to capture something utterly incredible. A collapsed underground salt dome cavern caused a massive sinkhole to open up in the middle of the bayou, causing it to consume all the trees and water in the nearby vicinity.
Trees falling. Going all in. Oh, that's a big one.
Believe it or not, this incident didn't come on suddenly. As early as June of 2012, residents in the area began to notice strange occurrences. The ground shook more often than usual, and bubbles began to come out of the water. The United States Geological Survey found that an increase in seismic activity was indeed happening in the area, but they couldn't pinpoint a source. The sinkhole finally formed on August 3rd of 2012, and an evacuation order in the immediate vicinity had to be ordered. 350 nearby residents had to leave. All these years later, and people who lived near the bayou still can't live near it. In fact, Tim Murphy from The Atlantic has called the incident the biggest ongoing industrial disaster in the United States you haven't heard of. Even after the sinkhole first appeared, it continued to grow. Initially, the sinkhole spanned about 2.5 acres. Less than 2 years later, in February of 2012, the sinkhole grew to 26 acres. Additional areas of the swampland have been swallowed up, and it's unclear if things will ever return to normal. You've likely seen a building demolition before. Professionals use explosives to knock down an old building to make way for a new development. However, demolition experts also use explosives in ways maybe you haven't seen before. Allow me to introduce you to rock blasting. It's a type of demolition that pictures just don't do any justice. Rock blasting has many practical uses, such as this video from 2016. A company by the name of Daikon Blasting Corps was hired to clear land for the Atlas pipeline in Oklahoma. In order to be able to easily dig out a trench, you must first remove any rock, and that is where blasting comes into play. Here's another angle from the same pipeline. It looks like a giant sandworm is racing through the area, decimating everything in its path. When all was said and done, the company blasted about 23.27 miles of trench, along with about 23,350 cubic yards of rock. The blast kicked up a great deal of dust into the air, but fortunately, everyone was a safe distance away to enjoy the show. In January of 2020, a video went viral on social media showing a glacier wall breaking off and sliding onto a nearby highway. The video in question was taken by Naveed Trumbu, who works as an officer for Indian Revenue Services. It shows the glacier breaking as people run to safety to escape its path. The incident occurred in a place called Tinku Nala, near a town called Pu. You can see how quickly the structure moves as people yell at one another to get out of its path.
Go back!
People immediately took to social media to discuss the clip. Talk ranged from how this incident could have been the result of climate change, and people were also quick to talk about the people in the video and how they seemed more concerned with capturing the event on their smartphones rather than getting to safety. One Twitter user commented, "Do people just really lack common sense? Somebody had to shout asking people to go back so many times." While this came from a glacier, it's not a glacier itself. It's simply a great deal of snow sliding at a quick rate. Think of it as a sort of mini avalanche. According to reports, the glacier was about 10 feet in height. Its placement on the highway trapped many people in the area, now unable to get to their destinations. These were just 5 examples of moments that you wouldn't believe if not recorded. We're considering making this a series on the channel, so be sure to let us know in the comments what videos you want us to put in the next one. Otherwise, be sure to click the link on screen to check out another one of our videos. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.